You know, I just had the best opening y'all have ever heard, and you didn't get to hear a single part of it. It's amazing how that works, isn't it? You gotta love it. Regardless, we're going to have some fun here tonight. We're just starting it off. You already get to yell at me. It is fantastic. No, I didn't mess up. You'll just need to open up your ears. That's what we're going to go with here. Oh, but tonight, let's start back over. We got a matchup here. I assume this is the best is saying, yeah, that's the best saying. My mic's muted. We got a matchup here. Se7evn coming in at 2-1. Shattered Dreams coming in here at 3-0, trying to hold on to their undefeated record. They do have one common matchup. Se7evn and Shattered Dreams have both faced off against 7 Shattered Dreams defeated that team in a 3-0 sweep. Meanwhile, Se7evn defeated them in a 3-2 best-of-5. So if that holds on to anything true, Shattered Dreams might have a little bit of an advantage. But I want to point your direction to the stats that we have there on the screen. The biggest thing that I'm looking forward to is look at the goals per game for Se7evn versus the assists per game. Not the assists. The saves per game for Shattered Dreams. 1.77 goals per game, Se7evn. 3.8 saves per game for Shattered Dreams. Se7evn, based on those two numbers alone, are going to have a very difficult time of getting the ball into the net. And if that happens, we saw last week here, Shattered Dreams, we got to cast them against the Circuitry Gaming. Shattered Dreams did not allow a single goal. And Circuitry Gaming was averaging 4 goals per game last week. So I'm really excited to see if Shattered Dreams Esports is going to be able to continue their defensive dominance against Se7evn based on the stat lines here, what is a significantly weaker offensive team. But regardless of what the stats show, Se7evn is still coming in here at 2-1. They still won 2 games, scoring on average less than 2 goals per game. They're defensive juggernauts as well based on that, or at the very least able to keep possession of the ball an extremely long amount of time based on how the games go. The game is slated to kick off here shortly. We are just waiting on Se7evn to join up, as we do have the 3 members from Shattered Dreams. We'll go ahead and highlight them. We have Jimmy, Jumpy, and Smitty. Because we like going with the E's here in Shattered Dreams. Regardless of those 3, we already got in chat. The boys are fired up with Noobsy. Talked to him before the matchup, getting them ready to go. Se7evn, once they do join up here, we will get into this. As mentioned, Noobsy trying to put too much pressure. As mentioned, this is an Indy Gaming League 2020 Summer Circuit matchup. If you want to check out more about the Indy Gaming League, go ahead and hit up the website, hit up the Discord. Absolute great community. I cannot speak highly enough about how great the teams and the community has been and the people cheering. I'm your host, Baroque Fang. The other team has gotten in here. We're going to join up some teams and we're going to kick it off. Oh, we got Smitty. Smitty. We got an internet issue going on. I'm getting everybody fired up to go, and we get another delay. It wouldn't be an esports matchup if there wasn't a caster curse on what's about to happen, and you do a complete 180 and you go on. It appears it has been fixed. Shattered Dreams joining up. No, we might have to. What's going on here? I don't know what's going on anymore. It appears that we're ready to go. We ready to go? Se7evn is joining up. Shattered. Right. Best part of the night right here. Indy Gaming League 2020 Tier 1 Division 1 matchup. That is GC 1600 plus. And we are fired up, ready to go. Shattered Dreams starting off with an offensive play early off the kickoff. Smitty going to pick this ball up into the corner. Pop it up against the back wall. Jimmy a little bit back. Going to play that off of the pop. Playing the defender well from Seven Savages. Smitty going for that pass. Jimmy, instead of going for the shot, waiting on Lord Jigsaw to pop that out, and is in the perfect spot. Just 24 seconds in already. 1-0 Shattered Dreams Esports. Smitty tries to get a little past Fatal there, is unable to. Is now going to pop it all the way across. Jimmy to Smitty. Smitty going to try to get a little bit of air dribble. Looked like he was out of boost. Jumpy going to get the demo on Fatal. As we have mentioned, the members of the Shattered Dreams Esports, on the opposing side of them, we do have Seven Savages, and Seven Savages coming in here with Fatal, Alpha, and Lord Jigsaw. So we'll see how those three match up now. Now we have eclipsed 1 minute in. Alpha just going to throw the ball at net, just test the defense, as both teams seem to be feeling each other out a little bit. Both of them just kind of throwing the ball up against the back wall and kind of towards the net, seeing if either team is making a mistake at this point. Jumpy going to get a little air dribble across midfield. Fatal going to intercept it, but Smitty already rotated back in the net, able to get the save. Kicks it on down. Alpha going to pick up corner boost. No, going to end up missing the corner boost. That could be costly. Not punished immediately from it, and Lord Jigsaw doing a great flick there to get it over Smitty and allow his teammates to get downfield and pick up some boost. Jimmy going to go off the ceiling, get a pass out to Jumpy. Off the ceiling, ends up being challenged and dropped on down back to Jimmy. And now Smitty going to try his hand at getting the pass across. As we see Shattered Dreams just owning the possession of the ball and keeping it down here in Seven Savages half. Jumpy throwing it down, trying to find a teammate down there. Ends up being just some blue cars, but still Shattered Dreams holding on to possession. Seven Savages trying to do anything that they can. A little bit of an infield pass there to break out of their own half. Jumpy getting the demo as soon as it happens, so, and Shattered Dreams right back on the offense. Off Alpha, great clear. Booms it all the way down, giving Seven Savages space to pick up some boost and get back into a rotation. But as soon as I say that, Smitty trying to take it around. Alpha up on the back wall. Ends up popping down to Jumpy as Fatal carries it across the box. And just some back and forth action in this corner going on. Jimmy pops it up into the corner. Alpha just going to drop it right down, but that's going to pop up to an opportunity to Jumpy. Ends up throwing a little bit too far in front of him to follow it, but not hard enough to go for a double touch. As we just see yet again, just look at how oppressive that Shattered Dreams is being here in game number 1. They got that early goal, and they haven't got another one since then, but for the last 2 minutes, that ball has not crossed midfield. And they're eventually breaking down the defense. Jumpy getting a pass. He ends up throwing it into the net and pops right back out to him, where he's able to squirt it over to Jimmy, who's sitting right there in the middle and able to size up the defense, pop it over them all, and give Shattered Dreams Esports a second goal here of game number 1. Alpha beating, I believe that was Jimmy, up in the air, but Smitty able to cut off the next pass. Smitty stealing the boost, but Alpha getting the demo and getting the mid boost, going off the corner, trying to get a pass out to a teammate, ends up rolling just over the top of the ball. As Jumpy able to get it over, it's going to kick off the ball, but he has the read. And able to get it in for the third goal for Shattered Dreams Esports. Almost hit that post and bounce out, but instead able to kick inside and go in for the goal. Jumpy kicks it out forward. Nobody from Shattered Dreams going up for it. That allows Lord Jigsaw just for a nice little touch, leave it for Alpha, but it was challenged by Smitty. It's now both Jumpy and Jimmy going up for it with a double commit. Smitty doing everything he can just to get it across. That could have been an easy open net opportunity for Seven Savages. Fatal now starting a dribble, flicks it over one. Smitty doing enough to make sure that Jumpy can get there for the challenge, though. As now that's an open net opportunity, but Fatal at the last second coming back. That's not going to show up as a save on the scoreline, but that was a very good and true save coming out from Fatal. Jumpy kicking it all the way across. Jigsaw, Fatal, both ended up missing it. Now Smitty with no boost, gonna go for a 360 flick, ends up losing it off the car, but did enough work that the ball just kind of drops off his car. Looked like he's going for a 360 flick here. Alpha going to challenge it and doesn't catch enough of the ball, and Jumpy with the follow, able to just carry it on in. And giving 4-0 lead over to Shattered Dreams. They are primed to take this game number 1 in fairly dominant fashion. Jumpy kicked it across. It ended up being a pass up to Alpha. But game number 1 with that ball diving is going to go over to Shattered Dreams Esports. And as we look at the stat line here, it is very clear how impressive Shattered Dreams Esports was in game number 1. 14 shots. 14 shots coming out from Shattered Dreams Esports. Se7evn is having 5 saves. You're like, oh, 5 saves, that's a good amount. But when you're up against 14 shots, it doesn't matter how many saves you have, odds are you're not going to win this game. Se7evn is going to need to figure out how to break out of their own half and get rid of this oppression that Shattered Dreams has. I was looking at the beginning of the game, the low goals compared to the saves of Se7evn to Shattered Dreams. Shattered Dreams didn't even need to save. They had 2 saves, but even if they didn't save those balls, they still win 4-2. They were just had the possession of the ball that long in game number 1. Se7evn, is it going to be a demo? They had a couple good infield passes to be able to get some booming clears, but they just couldn't catch up to the ball. So they're going to have to figure something out here in game number 2 and to flip this script and get back into it. We are here into game number 2, however, as the members have loaded in. They should be joining up their teams here shortly, and we will get right back into it. Se7evn and Shattered Dreams. Shattered Dreams starting off with that 1-0 lead in this best of 5. So regardless, we are going to see at least this game and one more. We'll see if Se7evn can figure out the Shattered Dreams team breaking out of their own half and get a couple goals of their own. Gotta just break the ice at this point and get anything into the net. As here we have a 1v1 as Fatal's going to do it right there! Fatal figuring it out, getting a 1v1 there with Jumpy and getting the dribble, waiting for Jumpy to come in and getting a perfect flick over the top under the crossbar and giving Se7evn just their first goal and the lead of this game. Of the series even. That's Fatal and Smitty going up, ended up challenging, ends up being a pass to Jumpy who hits the top crossbar down and out. Jimmy, though, going to clean up Jumpy's miss there. As Jumpy just barely, he gets it over Alpha, hits the top crossbar and down. Fatal going across, but just couldn't get out far enough. And Jimmy throwing the bottom of that Finnick at the ball, dropping it down and in. 1-1 here in game number 2. Smitty getting an air dribble, gets it all the way down, and then demos Alpha, but not before Alpha got the touch, and that ball's just going to go in! Alpha with the snipe! Smitty throwing it at the wall and trying to get the next touch, but Alpha reading it perfectly and getting the perfect touch all the way down the pitch from end to end, giving Se7evn the lead once again. We're seeing a different Se7evn here in game number 2, which is unbelievably awesome for the spectator. You gotta love some fantastic Rocket League coming out for these two teams. Lord Jigsaw, woo! At 0 boost, just catching enough of that ball to send it across the box. But you're still seeing the Se7evn players on low boost. As Jimmy trying to challenge Fatal. Fatal doing just enough, but still low on boost, just trying to clear the ball out. Give his teammates some time to pick up a couple of pads or some big boosts in the corners there. and get a little bit of a rotation onto offense, if not at least defense, as Fatal goes up for it, ends up just leaving the ball there for Lord Jigsaw. Is challenged by Jimmy, who pops out to the mid. Alpha trying to get a pass across to Fatal. Ends up going over into Jumpy's hands, who gets the second touch, testing the back wall defense once again. Alpha ending up missing it, but it does clear out towards midfield regardless. Jumpy popping it off the wall. Going around, you see the members of Shattered Dreams just getting back in a rotation, getting on that defensive prowess that they have shown time and time again, and especially last week, how strong their defense can be. A little bit of a double commit coming out from Jimmy and Jumpy. It almost didn't matter as that nearly went in. Lord Jigsaw flying in at the last second and getting the save. Jimmy now out of boost is leaving the ball there with Alpha, and Smitty comes in for the challenge as Jumpy tries to kick it across the corner. Fatal and Lord Jigsaw combining to keep that ball out, but now Jimmy's going to send it up off that back wall. That's going to end up being a pass to Smitty, who hits the top corner, does not get it. Jumpy once again off the top crossbar. The top crossbar is just being the absolute nightmare of Jumpy here in game number 2. Jumpy with another opportunity off the pass from Smitty, drops it down to Jimmy, but is saved by Alpha. What a save coming across there. And Alpha once again! Alpha! Save after save coming out. And what undoubtedly looks like a goal. We got a redirect opportunity for Jumpy. He ends up dropping it straight down to Smitty. What a give and go. Smitty to Jumpy, dropping it right back down to Smitty, as Alpha was trying to get into the net, but when you're 2 inches away and falling in, that is an easy goal. Great play coming out from the members of Shattered Dreams Esports after the great play from Alpha. Stopping the offense just wasn't enough there. Alpha taking the ball from Fatal, ends up giving it over to Smitty, who with 50 boosts has plenty to work with here. Ends up flipping it off the ceiling and being a shot on net. As Alpha clears it out, gets the next touch over one, but Jumpy already on the rotation, there for the save, but Alpha stealing the boost away. Isn't going to matter much though, as Jimmy comes flying back and gets the demo. Fatal getting revenge and gets it right back. Jumpy now going to pick up this ball, going to be challenged by Fatal in the corner, ends up getting it over Fatal, but Alpha's going to put a shot towards net, and Jimmy gets the save according to Rocket League, but it still squirts in under the top crossbar and in, as Alpha able to get just enough of that ball. Jimmy pitches the ball against the top crossbar, and it goes in. 3-2 now. Seven Savages coming alive in game number 2. 60 seconds left to play here. Fatal throws it across mid, but Smitty's right there. Jumpy going up, trying to get a sick redirect. Ends up popping it into the corner where Fatal clears it all the way down. Ends up getting a shot on net. Jimmy clears it away. Jumpy now. Jimmy and Jumpy going up the side of the pitch. Arm in arm, Jumpy throws it at the net, ends up going just a little high. Alpha now picking up, 30 seconds left to play here in game number 2. Fatal, gonna throw it off the backboard, not gonna get there is Jimmy. Able to get it first as Lord Jigsaw comes flying in over the members of Shattered Dreams and keeps the ball down into the possession of Seven Savages, but then a booming clear from Jimmy gives Shattered Dreams an opportunity here with 10 seconds left to tie this up and potentially send it over into overtime. Fatal now. Time is on his side. He's just sitting there stalling the ball out. As Alpha with the challenge on Smitty going to pop up. The ball's going to stay in the air. It's going to stay on the wall now. Lord Jigsaw just trying to cut it across. Smitty getting the second touch. Is anybody there to pick it up? No! Seven Savages comes alive in game number 2 and gets the victory off the back of the 2 goals and 2 saves from Alpha. He had some unbelievable saves coming out. Just enough, as you see the difference here. Seven Savages, they only had 2 shots. that were saved on game number 1. In game 2, they come out firing and get 9 shots on target. Shattered Dreams still having more shots. They still had 12 shots coming out. But when Se7evn was able to break out, you see, they weren't even assisted. The long goal from Alpha, just being able to flick from Fatal. It was the individual plays coming out from Se7evn in game number 2. So if they can break out, they just proved. You know, it's not necessarily team plays that's going to get them out. It's, hey, give me a one-on-one, and I got this. Shattered Dreams, on the other hand, the 2 assists and 2 goals, they're the team players. Right? Just being able to break it out and get those long passes, if they can beat Se7evn to the ball, especially in the air, Shattered Dreams, big advantage. But Se7evn, they can cut it off and get a one-on-one, ball is in their court. But we are all tied up here. We are into game number 3. Effectively a best of 3. Which is going to take advantage, the individual plays or the team plays? Alpha getting a demo on Jumpy. That ball's going to squirt out towards Lord Jigsaw, but Jimmy right there for the save. Alpha now trying to get the ball and get it some possession. Ends up getting a demo. You see Se7evn, they're starting to crank up the speed a little bit and get a few more demos, which bodes well for how they're playing and how they played game number 2 and ended up winning it with that solo. The solo style plays, you know, if they can take members of Shattered Dreams off of the pitch, that gives them more of an opportunity for a one-on-one or a two-on-two even, and get those shots on net without the defenders. Meanwhile, Shattered Dreams, they're all about having each other's backs and being in the right place and knowing where the other person is going to hit the ball, having great synergy. As we see here, Jumpy going up to Smitty, who's going to pop it up off the back wall. It's going to hit the top crossbar, and Jumpy! Right there! Jumpy to Smitty, who's calling it out, saying that's high. Jumpy rotating around, as end up being a triple commit coming out from Se7evn, and they pay for it with Jumpy following it in and getting that first goal here in game number 3, giving Shattered Dreams the lead early. Smitty up off the wall, gonna pop it down. Jimmy, it looked like he was going for a bump there on Fatal, ends up driving away as Alpha and Jigsaw pinch it together, going around the corner. Both Smitty and Jumpy going up for it. Ends up being kicked over into the corner, controlled by Alpha. Well done getting it around 1, and we see the solo play coming out. You got a round 1, got to pass a second, but the team play got the best of on that one as the third guy back from Shattered Dreams able to clear it on out. Team sizing each other up there in the midfield. Ends up being a pass over to Jumpy, who gets caught in between redirecting towards the net or cross to a teammate for a pass. Ends up just going off the back wall, but now Smitty trying to get the second touch off the corner, didn't quite have the read. Lord Jigsaw, though, with the dunk on Jumpy, has a great opportunity here, but Smitty flying back, able to get the read, keep the ball into the corner, and not across the box for any shot opportunity from Se7evn. Jumpy getting the save. Jigsaw, back pass to a teammate where both Jimmy and Smitty double commit to it. Ends up popping into Jumpy, who does get a shot towards net, but Fatal with the save and a pass up to Alpha was intercepted well there by the members of Shattered Dreams and gives Shattered Dreams the opportunity for some quick transition offense, but is quelled early by Fatal. Jimmy, though, going to try to get a nasty little cut towards the goal. Ends up being easily saved by Se7evn, so they didn't end up getting much power on that. And Lord Jigsaw now going to pop it off the back wall, going to try to follow it with the shot. Ends up just flying past the ball. But Fatal gets it up to Alpha, who's going to tie it up once again. Jigsaw flying across the ball, but Fatal winning that 50-50 handily. You see both Jumpy and Jimmy going up for the touch, but Alpha beating both of them to the ball with the perfect angle, sending it down and in, and tying game number 3 up 1 apiece. Jimmy winning that 50-50 now, going to be sending it across the box. That's going to be a shot opportunity for Smitty. Unable to get the right angle. Ends up just sending it off the backboard. and cleared on out by Se7evn. As Jumpy now sends it around the corner. Looked like Jimmy there winning the 50-50. Picked up by Alpha. As now Jigsaw going to kick it up to Alpha, but Jimmy intercepting the pass before any shot opportunity comes out. But Fatal right back up to Alpha. But Se7evn is all retreated to defensive as Alpha getting the save. Jumpy going up for the next touch, but banging it off the member of Se7evn once again. Alpha getting the demo, but Smitty winning the 50-50. The ball just floating there in front of the net. But Se7evn is doing a great job of breaking out of their own half once again. After game number 1, they've been able to get out of their half in games 2 and 3 quite handily, and it has shown the difference of the playstyle as Shattered Dreams is unable to just constantly get the mid boost and keep the offensive impression going. But here we have Smitty with the angle off the pass from Jumpy. This ball does not even go down halfway. And all 3 members of Shattered Dreams flying high to get that. Jimmy getting it off the first touch. Jumpy off the back wall. And Smitty with the goal. The high-flying team play by Shattered Dreams gives them the lead once again, 2-1. Jumpy back pass out to both Smitty and Jimmy was a little dangerous, as it ends up going across the box, but cleared well, and that ball's going to waterfall down, but Alpha getting the save. Smitty now just being annoying in the corner, keep the ball down here as we have a reverse of what happened in game number 2. Time is now on the side of Shattered Dreams as Jimmy hits the top crossbar and out, trying to get a security goal, but time is on the side of Shattered Dreams. They just need to keep possession and not give Se7evn any opportunity for a shot. But as soon as I say that, Fatal's going to get off the back wall and have a double touch opportunity, but sends it just wide. A great opportunity from Se7evn, but the ball does hit the ground, and Shattered Dreams takes game number 3, 2-1. After the offensive dominance from game 1 from Shattered Dreams, Se7evn have started to find their footing and get back into these, winning game 2 and being right in game 3, almost sending it into overtime on a 0-second goal. You're seeing the shots from both teams going way down as both teams are fighting for that dominance right in midfield, as Shattered Dreams only having 8 shots. I say only, when they've been having 9 and 600 shots or whatever they had in game 1. And Se7evn with only 4 shots. That's 3 saves apiece. So these teams are very evenly matched. As we're looking at these stat lines here, it's going to be incredibly close, depending on what happens here in game number 4. Shattered Dreams coming up 2-1 and coming up clutch there at the end. Right at game number 3. But here we go. Sir Noobsy, one more game. He's rooting for Shattered Dreams. Meanwhile, Se7evn, they've picked up 1. They dropped the first one, picked up the second one, dropped the third one. Are they going to be able to pick up another game here in game number 4? But as soon as I say that, Smitty, with the lightest of touches here, gets it past Jigsaw, past Alpha, and just over the top of Fatal. And somehow getting that in, giving Shattered Dreams the 1-0 lead just 13 seconds in. But Fatal with the kickoff goal, just like that, ties it up. Fatal getting it through Jumpy and beating Jimmy and Smitty to the ball, as it just goes to the center net, and neither player going to the corner boost can make it back in time. And 15 seconds in, reset button. Here we go, 1-1. A pinch coming out from the members of Se7evn ends up going high off the backboard, as Jumpy tries to get it out to mid, but it goes over to Fatal. Passes it to Alpha, tries to get a little bit of give and go on their own. Alpha going up off the ceiling, ends up being a pass down to Jigsaw, but couldn't get enough of a cut to send it into the net. Smitty was sitting there waiting, as now Jumpy tries to get it past Lord Jigsaw, but Jigsaw winning that 50-50, trying to get the next touch. Instead, going to leave it there for Alpha, who's going to put a shot towards net. It's going to hit the side post and in. Casper, the friendly post for Alpha. Able to get just over Smitty in front of Jimmy, hit that side post, and just get enough of an angle of banging off the other side and in. Giving SxD the 1-goal lead. We're not even 60 seconds into game number 4 here, and we already have the same amount of goals as we saw in game 3. Setting up for an exciting game 4 is Jimmy with the carry. Look at this first pop right there. Jumpy booting Alpha out of the way, clearing it out for Jimmy, who gets it around one defender, and with that bump, just sliding it on in. Noobsy calling that a solo play, but after seeing that replay, that was a bump. And that bump doesn't come out on Alpha, and I bet Alpha has that save based on the performance we've seen from him in the first 3 games. Jumpy and Fatal colliding there for a challenge. Ball just stalling out. Smitty getting the bang on the corner. Ends up sitting across, and Alpha once again with a diving save. Jimmy sitting off the backboard, but Alpha's right there once again. Pops it over into the corner. Smitty getting the angle all the way across the box. Jumpy not going for a shot, as I believe he thought it was a shot incoming. Jimmy getting the demo on Alpha, and that's going to carry the ball over Fatal and give Jimmy the goal. As Alpha catches it, and Fatal just wasn't up high enough. Jimmy able to outplay the 2 members from SxD there with the demo and the carry over the top, giving Shattered Dreams Esports the 1-goal lead here in game number 4. And what could be a deciding game for Shattered Dreams, looking to close things as out 3-1. SxD looking to continue the series and go into the game 5 of the true best of 5. Jumpy trying to get the ball across. Ends up getting it past Lord Jigsaw. Smitty going up, but just under the ball. It's going to stay there for Alpha, who's out of boost, but Fatal going up to pick up his teammate. Going to get a shot towards net. Tries to go for the dunk off of Jimmy, but Jimmy getting enough of a cut that it sends it over to the side. Fatal now out of boost. Just trying to pop it off the wall, but that ends up being a double commit with he and Alpha. Lord Jigsaw rushing back to get the save and keep it into the corner. As now the ball goes up off the backboard from Smitty to Jimmy to pick up the hat trick. Smitty able to get it over the defenders, and Alpha just coming off the bottom corner opens up the top half of the net for Jimmy to pick up that hat trick. As we see another passing play coming out from Shattered Dreams that has been their calling card for offense, giving them a 2-goal advantage now here in game number 4. Alpha almost getting the redirect. Ends up going high. Fatal gets a shot on net afterwards, but it is saved by Jimmy as Smitty now tries to pass it up to Jumpy, but just couldn't stay up high enough long enough to get the touch as Alpha starts off the transition offense, but cut off by Jimmy, who gets it around the next defender. Smitty now going to throw it at net. Test out Lord Jigsaw, and it ends up going past him and in. And Smitty sees it as a one-on-one, has the bounce shot power, and just sneaks it under that top crossbar, giving the 5-2 lead over to Shattered Dreams. They've kicked it into another gear. They do not want this to go into game number 5. Alpha and Fatal combining to pinch the ball, but it didn't go too far. It just kind of went up, and that allows Smitty to get the touch on the waterfall. How does Smitty get this read? He gets it up, goes for the double touch, sees that it's going to waterfall down, and instead of staying for the pop, flips his car upside down and sneaks it under the top crossbar before any defender. That was nutty! (6-2) now, Shattered Dreams. I'm speechless after that one. Jumpy Out of boost, ends up going up towards Smitty. Smitty cuts across the ball, doesn't end up touching, gives a save over to Lord Jigsaw. Alpha now going to try to get Seven Savages back, leading the charge. Ends up being cut off by Jumpy, who has a double touch off the sidewall and gets it in, and now 7-2. All of a sudden, Shattered Dreams can't miss. Able to cut off the pass down from Alpha, send it off the back wall, and sees that he has plenty of time, just backs away, and makes the shot. Jumpy, winning the shot. What a redirect, and Papa's going to go high. Smitty, though, off the Casper, the unfriendly post is for Smitty. As Shattered Dreams get Caster Curse, I said they couldn't miss, and they just missed there. Just barely, but they're still feeling good, up 7-2 with under a minute left to play. Seven Savages needs to get something, and needs to get something fast to stay in the series. Lord Jigsaw trying to get a shot on net, but is challenged well there by Jimmy. Ends up giving the ball over to Smitty, but Alpha picks it up in the air, but sent right back. Jimmy to Smitty to Jimmy, top crossbar and out. Lord Jigsaw catching just enough of that ball that it couldn't go in. Jimmy just throwing the ball at net. He's a little upset after that. We're just trying to get anything at the net. Is Jumpy now tries his hand. And with under 10 seconds left to play, this game is going to go over to Shattered Dreams. And the series, as well as Smitty and Jumpy, try to combine for the pinch goal there at the end, but it wasn't enough as Shattered Dreams offense just too strong in game number 4 and end up taking the series 3-1. Jimmy and Smitty both coming out with the hat trick each. Only 3 assists. And GG's all around. That's not what you normally see from Shattered Dreams. Normally you see the passing plays. 7 goals on 3 assists. They didn't assist. It's just less than 50% of their goals, but 14 shots. I mean, shotgun method. Eventually they got to go in, right? And they did. A couple of double touch plays out of the Shattered Dreams players. Seven Savages. No slouches. Nothing to hang their heads on. They were right in there on game number 3 and winning game number 2 by 1 goal. Just the offense in game 1 and game 4 from Shattered Dreams too much. As Seven Savages will drop to 2-2. Shattered Dreams, on the other hand, improved their record to 4-0 and have set themselves up extremely well for the playoffs. As it's a 6-week regular season. And then we go into playoffs. So being 4-0, like, you gotta feel good about that. Shattered Dreams not dropping a single series and only dropping a single game. That is only their 2nd game in 4 weeks. That is, they've only lost 2 games. They are now 12-2 overall in their 4 weeks of games. But that is going to do it for this game. That is going to do it for this Indy Gaming League 2020 Summer Circuit Cast. I appreciate you all coming out. This has been Brokefang, your host. I'm now going to flip it on over. For those of you who are here in chat, this is now your opportunity. This is the 2nd week that y'all have seen me on the Shattered Dreams Esports Twitch page. So I'm going to open this up to chat now. You see this weirdo screaming at the screen and freaking out because I just absolutely love doing this for these guys. I'm going to open this up for you guys. What do you want to know about me? Do you guys have any questions at all for this psycho sitting here just absolutely going nuts for the players that we've seen over the last 2 weeks? Shattered Dreams versus Circuitry, and now Shattered Dreams versus Seven Savages. What do y'all want to know? I got my Twitter and Twitch down there. How long have I been casting? 4 weeks. I've been casting for 4 weeks. This is week 4 of the Indy Gaming League. And now I've done a couple things, but beyond that, I've done a couple of my high school casts. I coach high school esports as well, so I casted a couple of their games. I did the Summers Out Open Rocket League for the Indiana High School Esports Network, but beyond that, I mean, week 1 of the Indy Gaming League was the first week that I started doing this. So I've been doing this for 4 weeks, and that is it. How good is my high school Rocket League team? They don't hold a candle to me. We have 2 teams. Our A team, or our varsity team, if you will, is we have 1 Champ 3, 1 Champ 1, and 1 high plat, low diamond player, depending on the day. So they're fairly decent. And then our B team, or a JV team, they're hover around the silver to gold. We just started it last year. This is the 2nd year doing it, and we're a small school. We are 1 building, kindergarten through 12th grade. We have 1,000 students in K through 12. So for that size, we're pretty good. But compared to some bigger schools, we don't hold a candle. What else you got for me? Anybody out there? It doesn't just have to be noobsy. How nuts is Shattered Dreams? Answer. What? that.